Hi, I'm Lucy Owens and I live near Ruthin in North Wales. I have 3 children, Beatrice, who's 9, Roland, who's 6, and Cledwyn, who's 3. We have sheep, and my husband works for Ruthin Farmers Auction, and I work part-time for Daniel Morris Butchers. I'm from a farming family and I studied agriculture with marketing at Aberystwyth. Last March we were mid-lambing when the children were sent home due to the schools closing to control COVID. Little did we know at that time that this would be for 6 months. I'd always grown vegetables for ourselves, but we decided as a project for us all to get involved with to dig up a bit of the field and grow some cut flowers. I really enjoyed growing and learning about all the different cut flowers, and our little jars were gratefully received. As you can see, the patch was only really quite small, but from this we had an abundance of flowers right through from June to October. So this kind of got us thinking that with the right location we could grow more. So we tentatively started to look for a plot or some land which we could try and realise this dream really. We had been looking for a couple of months and mulling over ideas, and we found a site, a field, which was just a couple of miles down the road on the side of the busy road between Ruthin and Denbigh. The site had previously been used to grow vegetables, and we could see that it had great potential for growing cut flowers as well as a small pick your own site. Once it had been mown, the site was a real blank canvas, and although only relatively small, we knew we needed to make it manageable for us. So we set to work and we started planning for the next year. We got some spring bulbs in and started to make rows, and we put in about 200 raspberry canes. We're loosely following a no-dig method, but on a larger scale. For many reasons really. It's quite labour intensive at startup, but we're hoping that it will reduce the amount of labour later on, particularly the weeding. The children were then off school again from December, but really did muck in, quite literally in fact. After a wet winter, we were really pleased to see the shoots of the daffodils and the tulips coming up this spring, and have been managing to sell bunches to customers either through our local shop or direct. We have worked on some branding, and we're hoping that this makes what we are offering attractive to customers and a little bit different from what you can buy in the supermarkets. Now we're into May and we're really working hard to get the final beds finished despite the weather, and we've been sowing most days. There's lots in the polytunnel, it's very full of flowers, loads of pumpkins. We've chosen a mixture of varieties, included some more unusual that you probably wouldn't be able to buy in the supermarket. Also loads of sunflowers, and we're now weather watching for the last frost date, and hopefully we'll very soon be planting these out, all being well, ready for our very first pick your own season later in the year. When I had my first child, my daughter, I gave up my career in animal feeds and had been working part-time so for almost 10 years. With the prospect of my youngest starting Maithrin this year, I really wanted a new challenge. I do have a small clothing business, but due to COVID, that has all had to go online. And I also really knew that I wanted to be doing something outdoors and working on the land in some way. I myself found it quite difficult time, actually quite a daunting time. I'd lost some of my confidence in my own ability, really. I saw an advert for the Farming Connect Agri Academy back in 2019, and although it was hugely out of my comfort zone, I decided to go for it and apply. I was offered a place and found the whole experience to be really fantastic. I met a whole gang of like-minded people, and 100% gave me the confidence to take on my new venture.